Welcome back to the What's Up Eddie channel, Divine Therapy Sessions, and of course, I'm the one and only Eddie. So glad to have you guys back, and these are my Divine Therapy Sessions. And in today's Eddie's Life Hack, lesson number 30, the big 30. It's a good number, you guys. I love 30. We're going to talk about always staying in the character that you are, not what you think others need you to be, not what you or what others want you to be, who you truly are inside. Now, this is a layered lesson, but I can already start off and say this, is that we all wear masks, right? And I feel like the better it is that you take off all those masks that you're playing with everybody, the better it gets. And some people, or if you're shy, you're shy. If you're angry, you're angry. If you're up and down, you're up and down. That's who you are, right? So, but always be genuine in who you are. And the story that I actually wanted to talk about with this is, it's a cool story because you never know who you're talking to. And a lot of the times we wear masks for certain people, and for others, we show our true identity. And this is what I mean by this. Okay, so do you and your friends you talk to your friend a certain way, right? And you give them the best parts of your mask, right? Oh yeah, I'm doing good. How are you? Blah, blah, blah. Do great life, blah, 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 yada, yada, whatever you say to yada, 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 yada. You're doing your little dance in front of people, right? And then when it comes down to like when you're meeting a stranger, are you talking to the Jack and the Bizzle person taking your order, and you're being a you know what to that person? You're showing them the true colors? That's the real you. Because the other one that you're showing, because that's who you want to be towards people. Those are the characteristics that you need to fix. That's lesson number 1 in this multitude of lessons here. But in this story, so in basic training, oh man, the Army gives me so many good stories. So I flew into, because I was a military policeman. So we flew into Missouri, or St. Louis, Missouri. I don't know why I want to say that. It's Missouri, Fort Leonard. And you get there, you go through an in-processing part of this, and you call it the big cow herd line, where you're pretty much getting your hair buzzed off, doing the whole shindig, right? But after you do this whole thing for about a week or two, then you go to your unit. That's not what happened for me. So we went from that place, the in-processing, to another place where we had to wait. I didn't actually start basic training for like a whole month. And guess what I was doing for a whole month? Raking leaves, moving one rock pile to another rock pile, and then getting it all messed up and then doing it again. Just playing games, right? Just cleaning up, getting bullied by the drill sergeants who were watching over us. Now, this is what I always say. You have to be careful how you act and what you do, right? So if you're a good person, just be a good person. Treat everyone the same. Now, I ensured for myself that I was always going to be me no matter what. And take it or leave it is what you get, right? Thank God has given me a good heart. And I thank God for those characteristics, because I do have that. And I made sure that I didn't act a certain way when I was there, right? There was people, because they thought they weren't being watched, they were acting a fool in there. They were flirting with they're flirting with the females, because in our MOS, which is our job, there's females and males, right? Woo, a whole bunch of other set of problems happen during that. But sending letters, people still acting, because you can't act the way you act out in civilian life in the military, especially in basic training. And so we went this whole month, right? And the whole time, these people were jotting down everyone's behavior. So when we actually got ready, got bussed up, got in the bus, got our bags, and then we went to our unit where we were going to be, right? And the moment we get on the moment those drill sergeants get on the bus, they're screaming at us, right? We get off the bus, and who's there? One of the guys that were at the other unit. And also, every single one of those drill sergeants, they were actually at this new one, knew all the behavior. Well, how did they know all the behavior? Because the other ones told them. So you never know who's watching. This story, it goes the test of time. You're always being watched by someone. Someone said that to me once upon a time. Someone told me once upon a time ago, long time ago, you're always being watched. Now we can say that, like, yeah, cameras are always watching us, right? But like, people, you just never know who's watching you. So be genuine, be a good person at the end of the day. This stuff goes far, you guys. And that's what they say. There's so many layers to this concept. What is the spiritual layers to this, right? In your spiritual growth. This is why I say it is imperative for us to have character, morals, standards, and principles in our life. We're not given that to be oppressed. We're given that because each man, we're all tested. Each woman, we're all tested in our own way, right? You do certain things, you're going to get certain things back. That's why, and whenever we're in shadow, or when we're in the harsher parts of our own character, which is anger, resentment, sadness, depression, jealousy, envy, pride. There's a whole bunch of other ones on the feeling wheel, but whenever we're doing that, it's because there's deeper stuff going on with us, right? But when we're actually in the good parts of ourselves, we're following other standards, right? That's why they have books about stuff like this, like, the Bible. The man of character usually wins out. The guy who has pride, who lusts, who is greedy. They both have two roads that they live by, right? And usually the person with character and principles who are humble. That's why they say these things aren't the ones that usually have delayed gratification, right? The ones who are consistent, hardworking. And each and every one of us have a different storyline, just depending on who you are. And I teach and I preach this one, is that character at the end of the day is going to get you far. Check out my other videos, and if you're not, look at some things you have to learn, right? It's simple as that. And you can build on your character, but it takes work. It took me a long time to get out of my anger. You guys, I was mad at the world because of what happened to me as a child. I said that no man is ever going to put their hands on me. And I ensured that I put my hands on others. Where did that get me at the end of the day? It got me in trouble. It got people scared of me, that people didn't want to be around me. And that's what I'm talking about. So does the strangers around me, do they deserve me to treat them that way because of what happened to me in the past? No, they don't. But you can definitely identify that. So I identified the anger, right? Oh, I have anger problems. How do I switch that up? Now, I've dealt with this problem a long time ago, but this is a good example. I identified the anger, and then I got educated on it. Well, you know what? Anger, and then I actually got educated on the anger is just a secondary emotion. It isn't even the primary emotion. Wow, we're diving deeper into this. So it was actually because I was hurt by my father, right? And I was scared, nervous around other men. And so I would present myself a certain way, wearing another mask, not being my true authentic self. Because when I was myself before as a child, I got hurt. And so I did that to other people, right? Because I protected myself with the aggression, I'm macho, so others would stay away from me, because I was actually inside nervous and scared that someone else would do that to me. And it wasn't reality. And this is what I'm talking about. So I released the anger, worked on it. This is called doing the shadow work, doing the work. Whether it's therapy or whatever it is for you, And then I got to the deep rooted issues. And then when I started expressing this, I really let it go. And then I had to start changing my behavior. I started treating people with respect and honor. And then and those old people that would come back in my life and remember me as the macho guy, like, who are you now, man? Like, I was so afraid of you. Now you have this welcoming face. And then I learned a whole new way of living, right? Because now I get to connect with people, right? But that's a good example, you guys. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, guys.